talks and conferences at the institute level. Coming to the last webinar's topics, it was job opportunities for electronics engineer, and we had skill development. When we say about the skill development, actually, maybe the people of electronics will feel there is a lot of humming sound. Can you, Shameez sir, can you just mute yourself? Yeah, now it is clear, I think. Okay, so there are, as an electronics engineer, maybe we people may find that we have only the job with the soldering gun, some CRO, then waveform generators. It is not like that. The skill development we learned, it can be one the project management, it can be one the presenting the high quality papers, or it can be one software testing and development life cycle, right? And not only that, effective communication, which is an important part of presenting the ideas. Students may have the good ideas, but they fail to represent in front of the employee, right? So that is why the skill development needs to be inculcated in our daily life, right? We believe that nobody is perfect, and as a part of this we conduct, and now the world has changed and it is passing through the tough time because of COVID-19, right? Like while I was traveling in the bus today itself, two laborers were talking and they were saying, when you go to the Kerala, at a salary of one person, two people are working, they are sharing the salary. Now we are in this tough kind of situation. And we need not have to be thinking we need to be sick, and the world will prevail and we will also prevail, because the world has seen so much of calamities and disasters, right? So definitely we will prevail. Uh, the other aspect of the thing which I would like to tell you is today's topic is basically based on the GATE study and also related with the research. Research is an important part of the engineers. Not only for the engineers, it is even applicable to all walks of life. And also we have, for this we have the Ashritha Salian. She is actually the alumni of this college. And we have Mohammed Javid. He is working for the Infosys. He will be delivering a talk on on-demand computing, which is one of the latest trend in computing, right? Share the resources or hire the resources and then use it, and you just return it back, like what we normally do with the library. Just to take the resources from the library, utilize it, and return it, right? So this is an good opportunity, and we want our students to excel. The excelling is possible only through the advancement. If you don't advance, you will be sidelined. And many of the people, or many of the students, what they are thinking is we will get maybe the free degree, and then they have started earning now itself. There is a time for earning. Now it is a time for learning. You need to develop the skill which you people are trying to develop is any person can do, but that's not the requirement. And you should build the world, and you are going to be the future leaders. And that is what the vision of the our chairman is. Coming to our vision of electronics department is, to make it as a full-fledged department of quality, technical research, and not only the research but also it should environment as an important.
Her research focuses on synthesizing new nanomaterials and thin films for high-performance thin film transistors and other microelectronic devices. She was the best outgoing student from Electronics and Communication Department. Over to Ms. Ashritha.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction of me. So it's my privilege and honor to be presenting to my fellow juniors about the journey of mine till PhD. Am I audible to
Ashritha, would you mind to switch on the camera?
Turn on the camera. Yeah, sure, sir. I don't know. It might be dark right now. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. That's great. And do you have any slides to share?
Yeah. I have slides to share.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Hi.
So I'll start my presentation right now. Is it okay?
It's perfect. It's perfect, Ashritha.
Yeah. Is it visible, sir?
Not yet.
Okay.
Mr. Naushad?
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting an option for presenting.
Mr. Naushad?
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Naushad,
Yes,
can you enable the privilege to Ashritha Salian to share her content?
Okay.
Yeah, please. And I request you to mute, please. Sorry, Ashritha Salian.
It's absolutely fine, sir. Technical glitch will be there.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time, in fact.
Ashritha ma'am,
Yeah.
you don't get the present option there?
No, I do get an option of your entire present now, your entire screen, but I'm not getting an option of sharing it.
Okay, if you just present it for now, I think it will automatically share the screen. Is there a present option, present now?
No, present now I'm clicking the tab, but yes, present now is there. I'm getting an option of the options, your entire window, a tab.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes.
So your entire screen doesn't allow me.
Hello, participants, everyone. Sorry, there is some technical technical issues where we're facing the problem to share the content, our presentation. Kindly bear with us. And it's going to be a very interesting presentation because it's going to help each and everyone, including us, whoever think of higher studies and whoever think of getting into the central government jobs. So she's going to explain how important the GATE exam is going to be and how to prepare and what are the points to be noted down. She's going to give a complete picture on the gate. So kindly stay with us. We are going to rectify it soon.
What is that? Which email she has shared? I hope you. Who mail she has sent? You ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ Abdul Jabbar sir.
I guess you need to permit me to allow for the sharing of the screen. This is what I feel because I had been sent an link, not added. So I request the technical person to add me to the presentation.
Shalini,
No, I'll
madam,
tell Jabbar sir.
Shalin, madam.
Tell your mail.
Yes, sir.
Can you just send us the PPT so that we can
Sure,
actually
sure.
operate from here, and then we can actually.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
So just
I'll
send it
unmail.
to me. I'll
Yes,
present
sir.
it from here.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Where to write one option? One second. I'll be just writing my WhatsApp number here. Just
Okay.
send me your presentation on this number.
Sir,
You got the number?
yeah,
It's
I
there
got your
now.
number.
814-733-6952.
Sure, sir. Oh, I got Mubeena ma'am telling me to send it to Jabbar, sir. Is it okay,
No,
sir?
yeah, no issue either. Jabbar, me, fine.
Ashritha, meanwhile, can you share your experience on in NITK and how the students are get benefited over there in different aspects? Meanwhile,
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Please,
I'll
please.
mail it and then let them know.
yeah, please, so that students will get engaged.
Okay.
Parallelly, we also posted in broadcast in YouTube too. So after this session, once Ashritha Salian finish of the session, and all the participants, if you have any queries, you can post your questions in the chat box. And soon after her sessions, she's going to answer all your questions, and kindly post kindly related and relevant questions only. Using your chat box, you can post your questions. So I repeat, all the participants, all the students, the aspiring higher studies, if you're aspiring, you're planning for higher studies or any of the central government job, and this session is going to help you a lot.
Sir, I've mailed it. Please check it, sir. And And regarding my experience in
Yeah, please.
NITK, yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to share. So, NITK is a national institute of a well-known institute and a top institute in among the NITs in India. So the experience is really great. The research, especially the research environment, is extremely good here. Um, what I learned mainly from NITK is interdisciplinary. It's not only core, research can be interdisciplinary, and when it comes to electronics, it is totally interdisciplinary. And electronics is such a vast subject that I really, obviously, I had fell in love with electronics, but when I came to NITK, it became a best friend of mine, especially the transistors. They are like my best buddy, where I tackle a lot of problems with them, and then they indirectly help me to find the solution. So this is how research makes you, it gives you opportunity to face challenge and makes it interesting daily. So that's how NITK is. And the environment here also, the colleagues, my supervisor, I'm blessed to have a very good supervisor. So he always motivates me to do research daily and, tackle all the problems. So he always trains my brain, saying that you need to burst your brain and get all the innovative ideas out of your brain. So that's how NITK is especially in my laboratory. So, and my colleagues also, so they're very good, and we enjoy a lot in research. Research is not that boring as all say. It is actually very interesting. The work you take, you should love that work mainly. That's how
Exactly.
every field gets interesting, and
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
how every, you excel in that
Exactly.
field. So that's
Exactly.
how NITK is interesting for me, and I cannot leave NITK right now. It's like a part
Yeah.
of me right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will after PhD. I have to go out and I have to see other universities as well. But I tell my juniors, please, if you are interested in any subject, especially in electronics, there are a lot of subjects which we get interested. For example, when I was doing my BTech, I was very fond of analog circuits, network analysis, and logic design especially. And so these three subjects were my favorite. And then when I was reading books, I came into picture of these transistors and Nano is a thing which fascinated me more. It might be, I literally say, I have got many negative points saying that, oh, your department is metallurgy, you are from electronics. How can it be, how can you learn electronics in Department of Metallurgy? No, that concept has gone. In Department of Metallurgical and Material Science, in thin film laboratory, you do synthesize thin film transistors, solar cells, you do develop capacitors. So this is how interdisciplinary research goes. And that concept of going into core, that is already, it is now, it's faded, and you have to enter into interdisciplinary, and that's how you
Exactly.
interest. So
Exactly, Ashritha Salian. Happy to know you. I mean, you have changed a lot. Because what I see long back, Ashritha Salian, who have passed out from Bearys Institute of Technology, and now it's totally changed because
yes, sir.
that's how the people change when they get a new
Yes, sir.
exposure, when they get into
Yes, sir.
new things. Obviously, thank you so much for your tips and I mean valuable information. Okay, and Ashritha Salian, we are done with
Sure.
the problems. We have rectified that problem, and now they are going to share. I hope you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Technical team, Naushad and team, I hope you're ready.
Yes,
Can someone respond me?
sir, it's ready. Yeah.
Yes, we are ready.
Please, yeah, please kindly share her presentation.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's okay now?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
I
it's
request
perfect.
all the students to pin the presentation so that we get into the only presentation slide whenever I go into the sections. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll start the presentation, sir.
Yep.
Is that fine?
Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you. So, good morning to all the past participants present here on the webinar on Electronics Academia and Industry Connect. I'll be going to present you all on the fundamentals of GATE and a tour into a research community, which is my field. Okay, next slide, sir. Basically, let me introduce you all about me. I am Ashritha Salian. I'm from Mangalore. I am a research scholar at NITK, that is National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Suratkal, where I work under the lab of Ceramic and Thin Film Research Group. This is my lab, and these are my colleagues, and that the one in the formal shirt is my supervisor, Dr. Sauman Mandal. Literally for now, next slide, sir. Now my contents for the presentations will be, basically I'll introduce you all with the GATE. What is actually GATE? Then I'll tell you all, there are a few improvements which are made in GATE 2021. So the participants or the applicants who are going to be going to write for the GATE 2021 or will be writing GATE 2021, you'll have an in-depth knowledge on what changes have been made on GATE 2021, the examination pattern, and the questions, how these GATE questions are designed, the preparation strategy, how you need to prepare, like how I did, and I'll just give tips for how to prepare a preparation strategy. Then I will tell you all about the GATE coaching centers present all over the India. Only my favorites I will tell you all. Then you need to search on where you have the availability. Then I will end up with the tour into research community. Next slide, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so what is GATE? GATE is a full form, that's a short form actually. Its full form is Graduated Aptitude Test in Engineering. So as the name suggests, it is a test for engineers and the science people. So basically, GATE is an examination. The GATE exam is examination which is conducted for the engineers to understand their basic fundamental knowledge based on their undergraduate subjects, as well as for the science subjects, which are the physics and the chemist and the bio students, which they do the master's and the bachelor study. It's basically to understand their fundamental knowledge. Written accordingly, I've written here. Okay. Okay, so examination, so previous slide, please. Yeah. Examination that primarily tests the comprehensive understanding for various undergrad subjects in engineering and science for their admissions in master program as well as jobs in private sectors and government sectors. So GATE 2021, students, please remember this point, that GATE is always, the questions, the GATE is always prepared by one of the IITs and the IISc. So remember, IITs and IIScs are the top institute of India. IISc is one of the top institute of the world. So please don't take GATE like lightly. And this time it is IIT Bombay. I have written an entrance exam of IIT Bombay. I know how they write, how they set the paper. So electronic students or any other department students, IIT Bombay doesn't stand in between, like the paper cannot be okay kind. Either they will be totally focused on your basic fundamentals, or either they will be into a core electronics or core subjects. They can be either tough or it can be easy. This is how IIT Bombay sets the paper. So I know IIT Bombay, they are unpredictable. So you always have to focus on the tougher part, because the basics already, when you start learning, your basics will be strong. So always try to solve the tougher questions more than the easier ones. So this is how IIT Bombay. So this year it is IIT Bombay which sets the paper. So please try to solve the GATE paper set by IIT Bombay previously. And one more point which you have to note down is, GATE papers questions will never be repeated. I repeat, GATE questions will never be repeated. You can get an idea from the previous year question papers, but GATE questions will never be repeated. That's why I've told it is set by the top institute of the India, that is IITs and IISc. Next slide, sir. Okay, so usually GATE is, as I have come through in NITK, usually I have seen is most of the students are unaware of, especially the local college students are unaware of GATE. or any other opportunities which are provided by the GATE. Usual concept on GATE is, okay, only higher studies. No, the concept on GATE is totally a different. You have a lot of opportunities from GATE. So always target for a high score GATE. So always it is a tagline. GATE is the gateway for engineers. Do not target, if you want a job, then target for high score GATE. It will give you a very high package company. Remember this, not a normal 1 or 2 lakh per annum. It is very high package salary. So those who are concentrating on job perspective, those who are concentrating on higher study perspective, you will have a lot of opportunities. The first opportunity is, if you have a very high GATE score, you have higher studies in Indian universities like MTech, even MS. India does provide MS degree. So do not have the concept that abroad only provides MS. No, India does provide MS degrees and MTech degrees. From GATE score, you can go for higher studies in foreign universities. You do not require GRE, TOEFL, or IELTS for foreign universities, especially for higher studies in Singapore and Germany. Singapore and Germany, MS, they accept through GATE scores. Remember, you can apply for Germany and Singapore through MS, through your GATE score. Second opportunity for your GATE is research courses. So usually most of the IITs, IISc, as I mentioned, IITs are the Indian Institute of Technology, IISc is the Indian Institute of Science, and CSR is the Council for Scientific Industrial Research. These are the three main you can say sectors where they provide an integrated course, that is MTech plus PhD for 5 years. So it is 5 years. So they provide you an integrated course through your GATE score. Remember this. And to my surprise, even I didn't knew that GATE does offer management course. So the people I came to know when I GATE. So the people who are planning for a business and want to pursue their MBA in higher institutes, other than giving CAT, that is for IIMs, you have NITI Mumbai, that is National Institute of Industrial Engineering in Mumbai, which offers you management courses, MBA, and you get a very good package. You can't expect, it is a higher institute, it is a top institute in management in India. So through your GATE score, you can have an interest to this management course. Finally, the top opportunity from the GATE is your government sectors, the research and the PSU jobs. The government of India does accept GATE scores for your jobs. The research organization like ISRO, DRDO, these all organizations accept GATE score for their job when they open their job opportunity. And PSUs like MRPL, IOCL, they all accept high score GATE in their jobs. So whenever they open their application, they expect GATE scores, and the privilege is given to the GATE candidate more than a normal candidate. Do remember this. So that's why GATE is very important. You get a face, you get a name, you get a financial assistant. These three comes up in GATE. So it is very easy for you all to crack GATE if you all are, focused on the GATE. Next slide. Okay, so what is GATE 2021? What and all is involved in GATE 2021? This time, IITs have made a privilege for third-year students who are pursuing their engineering to, appear for GATE. Okay, so third-year students, final-year students, and pass-out students, anyone can apply for GATE. Next point, sir. Yeah. So there is no criteria for age limit, minimum percentage in BTech. For example, in job opportunities, you have like 60% cutoff. No, in GATE, you don't have a minimum percentage for BE BTech. There is no age. Anyone can apply for GATE. So remember, when you are writing GATE, there are a lot of professors and research scholars who also will be writing GATE. So your competitors are them. Always see your competitors as their higher professionals, not with their classmates. Okay, there is no age limit. There is no attempt limit. You attempt as many times as possible. And for the people who think that they have backlog and no, I cannot attempt the GATE, no, you have a misconception. You should think always positive. I always believe that a person who has backlog might be poor in one subject, but he might be an expert in other 4 subjects. So always concentrate on gate subjects which you are expertised in. No matter you have a backlog, you can appear for gate and flourish out with good gate scores. So always take that negative point and be positive thought. Okay, the score of the gate is 3 years. So the students, if you think the third year student is applying for a gate and has a good gate score, then he has 3 years validity for the gate score. Similarly, for final years, they have 3 years, so they can apply for job, MTech. So 3 years they can apply anywhere, and the total marks for the gate is as usual the 100 marks. But out of 100, 15 marks is for general aptitude as you people prepare for your placement, and 85 marks is for your main papers. In depth I'll explain about the gate examination pattern. The next slide, sir. Yeah, in this GATE 2021, 2 papers have been introduced, especially for civil engineers who are there in this webinar. If please note down this point. You have an environmental science and engineering paper this time for the new. It is new introduced for this, and humanities and social sciences for the science background that was not required for you all. And for the first time, GATE candidates can appear for two papers. This is the first advantage given to 2021 students. In our time, it was only 1 paper. For you all, you can appear for 2 papers. So I usually, and the second paper should be from the given set of combination by the GATE committee. Remember this point. And I usually suggest the third year students who are planning to apply for the GATE, please appear for 1 paper, because you are that strong enough to appear for 2 papers. And the people who are attempting for the second time, I think you are eligible for the 2 papers, because you just have to brush up your knowledge with your GATE fundamentals, and then you need to appear, you will have a confidence to appear 2 papers. So always when you're attempting for the first time, please attempt only for the first paper and concentrate on your core topic. So next. Okay, so the primary papers, the basic fundamentals, that is the electronics and communication, ECE will have their core papers, civil will have their computer science will have their core papers, and mechanical. And the secondary paper will be for electronics, especially you people have instrumentation and physics too. Any one of you people can select. Civil engineers can have agriculture and planning, and ES, that is a paper which has been introduced. Computer science, you people have only one option, that is mathematics. And mechanical, you people are lucky enough to have engineering science, which has a lot of science. So can you press? Hello? Yeah. So engineering science is a section where you will have 15 marks compulsory engineering for general science and 15 marks compulsory for mathematics. Whereas when it is compared to us, that is electronics and other branches, for us, mathematics is not 15. Remember this point, 15 marks not compulsory for us. It can vary from 10 to 15 marks. So do not have a confidence that for us 15 marks is for maths. No, it can vary. Every time it was for 12 marks, and every year it varies. But for mechanical, for the secondary paper, you people have a privilege of having 15 marks mathematics, and that's how you can qualify GATE with 30 marks. And remaining, you have the option for selecting 2 sections, whereas fluid dynamics, material science, solid mechanics, and thermodynamics are your base. So you have already studied in undergrad, so you can select any 2 of them out of them. So you have an advantage of that. So yeah. So important dates, Why I'm telling this important date for GATE 2021 is, it is already out, but still I'm telling is, remember students, every time the GATE application comes in the month of 14. So those who are planning for GATE in the next year or the coming years, 14th September is the month which the GATE application comes out. So please be prepared for registering your GATE application. And the registration this time it closed in the September month end. Even every time it gives 15 days gap. So how it's closed. And again, they extend it with the fees. You have to pay a fee and then you need to register. This year, admit card comes on the 7th Jan 2021. And the examination dates are first week of February and second week of February. First week of February is your prime paper, and second week of February is your secondary paper. Okay, usually during our time it was only Saturday and Sunday because we had only 1 paper, and your GATE result was out in March 15. First week of February, first 2 weeks of February GATE examination used to end up, and first week of March our result used to come out. This time it is delayed because of 2 papers. So March 22nd they have made the results to come out. So yeah, we'll be waiting who will be the AAR, All India rank from our college. Okay. So, slides.
Wait 1 minute.
Yeah. So that's how your GATE examination is conducted. Please remember the month and the date, admit card. Do not forget to remove your admit card. And another point to be noted is, please make a habit of using virtual calculators, because in GATE you are not allowed to take any of the electronic gadgets. So I had faced a lot of difficulty because I had not practiced with virtual calculator. I request you all to practice with the virtual calculator when you're preparing for GATE. Okay. Next point will be how the papers examination pattern is with respect to GATE, how usually GATE exam is conducted. Usually it will be an online series. Okay, you'll have how you have other online exams, the same. But remember, after 3 hours, the computer will shut down automatically. So you will be given a specific time for each question, and then you cannot attempt. So please, please, please maintain the time for solving the problem. While you are practicing, have a timer next to you, and you need to solve it within seconds or within minutes. So basically in the section, there will be 2 sections, that is general aptitude and technical section. General aptitude will consist of 10 questions, and technical and engineering mathematics will have 55 questions. The type of questions will be for technical and engineering will be MCQ, MSQ, and NAT. And whereas when it comes to general aptitude, it is MCQ and MSQ. Both will be of 1-2 marks, whereas the first section will be of 85 marks and the second section will be of 15 marks. What is MCQ? As all you all know, it is a multiple choice question. It will be carrying 1 or 2 marks, okay? And remember, this is another point to be noted down. This MCQ question will have a negative marking. So always, always do not attempt MCQ if you are doubtful. Always attempt MCQ, because you will end up negative mark if it is wrong. Okay, so what is MSQ? This is a new thing which has been introduced in the GATE 2021, which we didn't have. It is a multiple select question. That means one question will have 2 or 3 answers, right answers. So you might ask me a question saying, ma'am, what if we answer 1 correct and 1 wrong? Is there any partial mark? No, the answer is wrong. So there is no partial marking, there is no mark gained, not lost. So there is no negative marking. Whereas if you answer both the answers correct, then only you will get the marks. If you answer any one also correct, there is no marking for you. What is NAT? That is numerical answer type question. That is, you need to solve the problems. Either it will be in fill in the blanks or it will be computer calculation based. There is also no negative marking here. Okay, so this is how exactly the questions will be in your GATE. So next slide. Okay, so how usually the GATE questions will be designed by the IITs and the IIScs. So first part will be the recall. That is, it will be usually memory-based questions, like based on the fundamentals, principles, laws, formulas. It's a direct question, so it will be easy for you all. Second question will be the comprehension. Comprehension is testing the candidate's understanding based on their based on your fundamental understanding, and you need to draw a conclusion for that. Okay, so this is how your GATE questions will be designed. And third is the application part, how your knowledge is being applied to the application. That is, as I said earlier, it is a test which which tests your understanding on your basic fundamentals. So this exam exactly points out on your knowledge. Okay, the fourth part is the most difficult and the toughest question among the GATE. Is it gives you, the question will have a set of data and images and diagrams. You need to analyze those diagrams and you need to draw a conclusion. For example, in electronics, if they give you a circuit and they ask some question to analyze the circuit, and you have to draw the conclusion. So this is how the analysis part comes, and synthesis part comes in the comparison, like 2 or 3 logic gates will be given, and then you need to compare the logic gates, and then you need to give the output. So this is how your questions will be in your GATE. Okay, so next part, sir. Okay, so now I'll come into the preparation strategy, how you need to prepare. See, basically when it comes to GATE, there are 4 things which according to me is very important. That is aim. I'll tell you a basic story on my journey in BIT. Okay, so when I was in second year of engineering, there was a counseling program which was conducted by the department for the students. So usually our faculty members used to take points on our hobbies and what we do, what not we do, and everything. They had to be a counselor. So for me, it was Kripa ma'am. I still remember, and she's not right now. She's not in our college. She used to ask me, "What is your hobby? What you do? What etc. you do?" So, and she asked me, "What is your ambition, Ashrita, after your engineering?" So I had already told her at that time. If you go and check, it is still written there. That, "Ma'am, I want to pursue my PhD. I want to continue in the research." So that's how my aim is. So at the beginning only, you should have an aim. I always had an aim to crack GATE. So that was my aim. Now, when I come to hobby, that doesn't mean dancing or singing or drawing. Hobby is, yes, you need to have that. It is not, it is also important, but hobby is, you need to learn, you need to inculcate your hobby with regard to reading, solving problems. So these 2 points should be your like hobby. You need to have a hobby of solving all the problems. That should be, your go-to point. And then you need to plan. See, everywhere planning is important. Even if you build a building, when you construct a building, everything requires a planning. So always plan for your gate, plan for the syllabus, plan for each and everything. Per month, how much I have to do, per day how much I have to do, per week how much I have to give for the gate or give for my academics. So this is how. And dedication it's an utmost important thing. Right now I'm in PhD. That's because of my aim, my dedication, and my perseverance. I have never lost my hope with regard to research. So I always tell you students, undergrad course is not for enjoyment or not for anything like, oh, I've come to undergrad, no, I'll get a job easily. No, don't underestimate our undergrad courses. Please be dedicated in your undergrad. I'll not tell you all that totally concentrate on academics, but do give, out of 12 hours, please give 10 hours for your academics and 2 hours for your extracurricular. Please don't give too much time for extracurricular, because when you reach your higher, you will get time for that. So please have dedication, planning, and hobby and aim. That is very important. I can tell you my personal experience on this, that my aim, my hobby, and my planning and dedication has resulted in very good colors. And I'm very happy with the field. I've got thorns in my path, but yes, I have come out with, I've pushed them back, and then yes, due to my dedication, I've never lost hope. So I always tell students, please be focused and dedicated. Do not underestimate our undergrad. Next slide, sir. Okay, so I'll tell you basically how to prepare for the GATE. So usually, sir, I need the paras. Yeah. So usually for the students who are there in second years, you should start preparing for your GATE right now itself. You need to plan. In second years, I'll tell you all, you just go on to the NPTEL courses and lecture series provided by the IITs and the IIScs, because they are the one who are going to set the GATE papers, remember. So you all have to go through the NPTEL lecture series and courses and build your fundamentals. Like already our professors, our teachers will build our fundamentals, but to in depth for the GATE, you need to go for the NPTEL lectures and courses. Next is, you have all the students, this is with the third year and fourth year. Third years also have to go through the NPTEL courses to brush up your fundamentals, even fourth years. So basically you'll understand how they'll ask questions, how they'll, how they address the concepts. That's why I always recommend students to go for NPTEL lecture series and courses. Then always collect the previous year question papers and solve them. There's one point to be noted, that the questions will not be repeated, but you'll get an idea on how to solve the GATE problems. Okay, solve the question papers within a fixed time. As I said, keep a timer and enhance your solving ability. So that's how it will improve your speed, and that's how will help you for your final exams as well, in your VTU exams. So always try to solve problems. This is how I did. I went home, I used to solve problems, I used to improve the solving capacity of mine. So that's how I cracked GATE. And the second thing is give importance to the subject textbook than reference book. The textbooks which our professors in our undergrad course refer, please refer to that books because they refer to the main textbooks. So only refer to the textbooks which are provided by our professors. Obviously, I remember till now my undergrad courses, my professors, they were used to tell me the top books. So always refer to those books. And there is no out of syllabus question in GATE. Remember, it is to the topic, it is to the subject, and that particular subject itself that question will come. So always refer to one particular subject and one particular textbook. Do not go for several textbooks. You will get confused. And always plan. That's how it will take. I used to plan every 4 hours. I used to sit for GATE. I used to prepare. So always keep yourself dedicated and always keep particular time daily for your GATE. That's how it will be. Improving your GATE. How to crack, you'll be able to crack GATE. And always, this is one thing important, follow the syllabus strictly. Every year the syllabus might be changing, so always go through the GATE website and see the syllabus. My favorite topics were network analysis, logic designs, analog circuits, and signals and systems. So these 4 subjects I used to love like anything, and I used to write and study. I used to solve the problems like anything. So that's how made me an interesting on these circuits. So that's how I ended up in transistors. So this is how you have to entirely design your GATE preparation. Do not go out of focus. You will achieve something through GATE. That is the 100% sure. GATE is not a waste. I always tell you, GATE is not a waste. It will give you some or the other that is best than others. Remember this. You will be recognized by having a GATE. She was a GATE aspirant. So that's how it's important. Next slide, sir. So please prepare. Now coming to the GATE coaching centers, my favorite one is Made Easy. Okay, so as the name suggests, Made Easy. It has made the GATE syllabus very easy. So please go to the Made Easy website. They have their online services. They have the postal services. They have going there and studying. So you'll have an opportunity of everything through that, and they are the people who have made GATE syllabus very easy. I have referred to their books also, but the GATE Academy and the ACE Academy are in the south, so that's why people find GATE and ACE Academy very easy. But I personally prefer Made Easy because GATE and ACE are like very fast. They brush up your knowledge, but still you'll get confused. But Made Easy is a platform where they will teach you each and everything and you will be cleared with your concepts. And I have taken coaching from GATE Forum, but still I Made Easy as the best option. Coming to the coaching centers, I personally recommend students not to enter the coaching centers in the beginning. This is why, because coaching centers just go on, they are like fire jets, like jet engines. They just brush up like within 2 days, they'll finish one subject. That's how fast you need to be. That's how quick you need to be, grasp their teachings. So always I recommend make your basics and fundamentals strong. You read, you solve the GATE problems in the second year and the third year. Please solve the problems. Go through the NPTEL lectures. Go through the GATE syllabus. Read. This is what I will tell. Read, solve. And then when you enter the final year, then you go to the coaching centers. Coaching centers will give you the methods on tips and tricks for shortcut methods. Like for example, in network analysis, we had to solve big problems like butterfly diagrams and all those things. But when it comes to coaching, they will tell you 1 to 2 line methods on how to solve that big problem. But that is not required for you all right now. You will have to make your fundamentals strong in order to go for that tips and tricks. If you go first for the tips and tricks, you will forget whatever, because you will not able to grasp those things. So never ever go to the coaching centers at the beginning. Please improve your fundamentals and only then go to the coaching centers. They will make they will clarify your doubts and they will show you the tips and tricks. So it's a waste if you go in the first. That's a tip for you all. So please prepare, make your basics strong, make your fundamentals strong. Only then go for the coaching centers. Okay, so please take down these coaching centers name, and in hand, if you go for the websites, Google search, you will surely get many other coaching centers, but my prefer to y'all is Made Easy. This is what I feel, and do give mock tests. These platforms will have a lot of GATE mock tests that is similarly like GATE exams. You have to just go through the online exams and then you have to give mock tests. Please give as much as possible the mock test, because I have given, and you will also, have a experience of how to write a GATE, and you will have a confidence when you write a GATE. So that's how GATE coaching centers help us. So next. Coming to the tour into research community. Okay, so the people who are very interested into research, research is a field where you tackle beautiful things every day. What I like to say is, particularly in my field, every day my transistors say, Ashritha, I have this problem. Ashritha, I'm facing this problem. Please solve that problem. So I always come and tell my transistor, yeah, today I'll be trying to solve your problem. I'll make your leakage current very less. I'll make your drift velocity very high. I'll make you a very high performing transistor. This is how I talk to my device. And yes, they do respond to me. Why PhD? PhD is when you clear GATE and when you come to MTech, you will develop an interest for particular subjects. Okay, so when I came to my MTech, I developed an interest for nanoelectronics, especially for transistors. So enjoyment of that subject matters. Okay, when you want to enter the PhD or your research, you have to have a love for a subject or a love for a topic. Okay, so that's where you enter the PhD. If you do not like anything, please do avoid that, because that you will ruin your life. So if you want to go for job, please score high, go to job. If you want to come for research, it's a beautiful journey. Please do come, because our country needs researchers, scientists to develop our country. So I do welcome each and every one to the research community. And second important thing about the PhD, that is the research, not only PhD, after PhD also research is you make contribution to your field. One of my professor in my MTech, who is now retired, he used to always say, Ashritha, do you know the best part of research? I said, no sir, what is the best part of research? He said, your name will be eternal in this research community. When you publish a paper, when you do a paper, you will be always recognized by the world, in the research community. No matter you leave this earth, your name will be always cited by the students and always referred. Your work will be referred by any part of the country. So that's where you're special. That's made me, very, very happy. That point I still remember. No matter I leave this earth, my name will still be there. My publications, I've done a publication, my name's still there and people are citing my paper. That happiness, you cannot be, expressed. That happiness cannot be, I don't think so I'll find it in any other job. And it is a long-term career goal. It does have a career, but it is very long-term. You need to be mentally prepared for the PhD and the research field. In PhD or the research field, you gradually improve and challenge your knowledge. Okay, it is not stagnant. Until you retire, you are improving your knowledge. You are just making your brain work. You are not rusting your brain. So always, that's the best part of, that's the beauty of research. So always get to think. And that's how, makes me interesting for this PhD. So next. I feel, you people might all know, every job, every work has its own pros and cons. Whereas when you come to research community, it does have its con. But I always see the con more, I always see the pro more, because that's where it motivates me. Never see the negatives, always see the positive side. So always, I first will address, I'll address the positive point on PhD. See, basically, when I entered PhD into NITK, I found two groups of people for PhD. First one was a requirement-based PhD. That is the people who come for just a degree. That is, they want, usually professionals who are, they want their professional college, they will tell you, we want a PhD degree from you, so they just do the PhD degree because they are well advanced in their research field or well advanced in their professional field, so just for a degree they do. But we youngsters, right now itself, we have to come for a passionate degree. I always see my PhD as a passion. I always tell my fellow colleagues that you need to earn your PhD. You need to not just gain a degree, you need to earn your PhD. So always my supervisor says that when you leave PhD degree, Ashritha, I want you to have as much as publication and as much as experience of handling people and handling the projects, because when you enter the outside world, it is not as same as academic, it is totally different. So that's how it takes long time for PhD. Taking a long time is worth, this is what I feel. So in PhD, you are being your own boss. Me in my lab, I'm the own, no one is there to like, it's me who selects the topic, it's me who works on the topic, it's me who tackle with the topic. If I find anywhere any problem, I just go to my supervisor and say, so this is the problem I face. Then he will recommend me some sort. I continue with my work. I'm the boss of my work. And then you're earning the highest academic degree, that is the doctorate. You get to call yourself a doctor. So that's the most beautiful, my dream. That's how I feel. When I earn PhD, I feel, yes, the doctor has some weight. And you are indulging your interest. That means you're not going to get bored about what you do. People will get bored on their work. No, in research, you will never get bored because you're doing what you like. And your name, as I said, your name is permanently fixed in the research community. So this is how beauty research is. And your CV is boosting, it will enhance your CV. Like you'll have patents, you'll have innovations, you'll have discoveries, you'll have awards. So this is how, country will come to know your name, and world will come to know your name. And then you end up with, so the presentation. Yeah, so plus point with the GATE score, when I scored the GATE, when I qualified the GATE is, I went into the MTech, and the government does give you a financial support. It might be not that high, but I never focused on financial, I always focused on learning. So just for your support, it gives you 12.4K, that is 12,400 during your MTech, and during PhD, I do receive 31,000 right now. Right now, I'm in my third year, so I get 35,000. So that's fine and enough for me as a student to, capable of handling my financial assistance. So that is just to enhance, give you a support on financial assistance. We usually don't focus on that. We usually focus on research, and you can't tell that because I spend most of my stipend on my research. I do love characterization. I spend most of my money on my characterization because I feel today, if I focus on my research, tomorrow I'll reach somewhere at the point where, I'll be proud of myself. And that's how. And last but not least, the most important and my favorite part is travel opportunities. I'm a traveler. I like traveling. So the people who like traveling, you get an opportunity to travel in a year at least 2 times. So through conference, workshop. Right now, due to pandemic, yeah, everything is virtual. But prior to that, if you work hard, you will get an opportunity to at least travel 3 times a year. Even if it is abroad or within the country, you get to travel. So that's the best part. And you will be funded by the government. So it is total of no cost. You're traveling. So that's the best part of the research, I feel. And basically, previously people used to there's a thought that, oh, PhD means only teaching. No. Teaching, yes, that's a noble profession, which I feel, but PhDs also do enter industries. Industries do require PhDs, scientists, research analysis. So this is how you end up with jobs. So please don't think that research is only for academics. No, industries do require higher professionals and do require scientists in their innovations. Don't happen without scientists. Remember this. So next thing. So this is how. And the cons, I do have to give you the cons. There should be a balance between pros and cons. So yeah, PhD is a big commitment. When you reach the PhD, you'll be in your later 20s. So obviously you'll have personal responsibilities as well as professional responsibilities. But I feel that government, Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
So PhD where was I? Yeah, okay. Cons. So PhD is getting behind on a career ladder. That means what I meant is usually my friends who are right now in industries, they are on their good position, but right now still I'm on academic.
Who's on that? Shameez sir is typing question.
I will be at a position
I
later
can
at the top, that is at the innovation center. How I feel like it's a superior job, so, and it is a supreme and a noble
can write
profession.
into chat
And you
box.
have to deal with egos. That is, you will have a lot of colleagues and friends, and a lot of people you will meet. And then yes, you have to have a good rapport with your supervisor. You have to bend down, and that's how you deal with the egos of the professionals. And I feel that's not a matter for us. We need to, cope down with all these things, and a PhD could make it more difficult to get a job. That is not only for PhD, I feel, for the undergrad students also, I feel, because you need to have a good search engine. That's what I feel. If you have a very good search engine, and if you are very good at searching, you will find a job anywhere as possible. Because I have experience here, my colleagues are right now in industries. Why they are industries? They are PhD students, they are in industries. That's how where we motivate. It is not only for academics. You need to search a job. You need to go through the each and every company websites, research centers where we have an opportunity. And where PhDs find it difficult is they don't have that much knowledge. So that's why they end up with getting getting a job. So it is taking longer than expected. Yeah, sometimes due to infrastructural issues, or due to a supervisor issue, or some other personal issues, or anything it might be, your PhD can take a longer than expected. That is longer than 5 years, which you have to be mentally prepared. And stress, tension, mental breakdown, that is always there in all the jobs, I feel. Because for example, if my transistor doesn't work, I always get stressed. And why it is not working? Why there is some glitch in my transistor might feel. So that is 1 day or 2 day mental breakdown. And if I feel that a mental breakdown, in the sense if my publication gets rejected, so that's how mental breakdown comes, because you spend 3 to 6 months in publication and then automatically it gets rejected. That's how mental breakdown happens, I feel. So this is the cons of PhD. So next slide, sir. So as always, people nowadays in youngsters feel that celebrities are only Bollywood actors. No, in PhDs we have celebrities for our field as well. For example, in electronics we have thin film lab in India. Especially my celebrity in work who motivate me for in this field are B.S. Murthy, sir. He is the god of material science, who is the director of IIT Hyderabad and the HOD of IIT Madras. I request each and every one of the students to please listen to B.S. Murthy sir's lecture series, because he is awesome. He is extremely awesome, and that's why we call him the god of material science. Nafkan Bhatt sir, he is in IIC, so he deals with devices. He is excellent in his work. And Monica Katiyar ma'am and Elvira Fortunata ma'am is my top favorite. Monica Katiyar ma'am, I've met her. I've met all the Indian professionals, because she is in IIT Kanpur. She works in devices. And Elvira Fortunata ma'am it will be my privilege, and I'm eagerly waiting to meet her. And I hope I meet her one day, because if you go through her website, she has done excellent job in transistors and electronic devices. And Tobin J. Marks, he is also the profession, and he's excellent. He's a senior of Elvira Fortunata, JK. So all over the world, I have celebrities over my topic. So this is how you love your subject. I always say Bollywood actors are no, they are doing their. You have to find celebrities in your field. This is how I feel. I found the celebrities in my field. So yes. So this is how I love my subject. I request all the students also to love the subjects in the same manner. Next, sir. And yeah, finally, while concluding, I always say, be more dedicated to your passion and not greed. So always don't be greedy for anything. Be passionate. you will achieve one or the other day what you wanted, and you'll be always proud of yourself. Remember this. If you are greedy, you'll lose everything. And practice, practice, practice. There's a saying, practice makes man. You should have. And let's have a passionate, you should always have a, let's have a passionate research, but also have a compassion for environment. Our environment is very important because due to electronic gadgets, still there's a lot of issues being for recycling. So we always focus on a recyclable or e-recycle, and electronic gadgets and build our nation. Our nation requires researchers and scientists, so we need to develop our country and world for, with a good research and sustainable research. Through our research, let's make our planet more livable and try to move towards sustainable research. Thank you. And I would like to acknowledge the Department of Electronics and Communication, Bearys Institute of Technology, for providing me this opportunity to give a knowledge and GATE and research aspects for my younger juniors over there. And I would like to acknowledge my Department of Science and Technology for travel support and my research support in Government of India, and the Department of MME and NITK Suratkal, especially my supervisor, Dr. Saumen Mandal, without whom I would have not reached to this position, because he supports me continuously, and my parents as well. Thank you so much. And I feel that this year from BIT, there will be, coming 3 years, I expect all India rank students in our college as well. So that would be more privilege for me to say, yes, my students, my college has come out with, all India rank students. So never lose hope. Practice, practice, practice. This is what I feel. And it is a beautiful journey. Don't lose hope. Be always in a positive side. Even if it is negative, think of positive. That's what I feel and what I have done. So, that's all. Thank you, students. And if you have any doubt, please contact me anytime. Please take numbers from the professors. They do have my contact and email ID. Please contact anytime, anywhere. I'll be available. So if you have any doubts with regard to research opportunities or GATE, I would be happy to address you all.
Oh, that was a wonderful session, Ashritha. That was a detailed. Thank you for your detailed information on GATE. And thank you for motivating and encouraging all of us to pursue the GATE preparations. And you have one question from Dr. Abdullah Gubbi, our HOD.
Sure.
Can I shoot it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which all the foreign university you have collaborations with, and how often foreign delegates visit your campus?
Okay. So we have a collaboration with South Korea. Right now, I have a collaboration with South Korea. I personally made a collaboration with South Korea for my research. So that is, I cannot pronounce that, SKKU University. So it is in a Korean language. So yeah, one of my senior is working there. So he's doing his postdoctoral fellowship over there. Right now in our laboratory, we have collaboration from South Korea, Italy, and from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur, IIT Bombay, Dept Gupta ma'am. So these are the collaborations we have. When you consider NITK, there's a lot of collaborations taking place through the world. And yes, every 3 months there is a workshop, and every 3 months there are delegates who come and interact with us, especially the international delegates. Recently, in this week, I request, there's a workshop happening, a virtual workshop happening from our department, from our laboratory especially, and there are international delegates through that also. So we'll have an experience of interacting with them, personal interaction. So that's the best part for us. And whenever we go for workshops or conference, we don't leave a chance to interact with these international. And especially when I told my celebrities, whenever I went to IIT Madras, IIScs, so I never missed a chance to meet these people and interact with them. That's how they give me knowledge and they share their knowledge with me. So that's how, sir. And I guess I have addressed his questions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what. How important.
And if he wants to know the information with regard to collaboration, then there is in the website we do put our collaboration. Their name, website, campus institute's name. So that's one part.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
usually collaboration is made by the students, sir, not the professors. Yeah, they will also have a collaboration, but more is focused on students. They have to
Yeah,
get the collaborations.
that's great. That's great, Ashrita.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
can we just know through can you just WhatsApp or send the mail to Mubeena Madam, so that we want our students to encourage and interact with the foreign delegates also. And
Yes, sir.
sometimes when we go offline on this one offline classes, we thought of inviting from Suratkal to here the resources who are from foreign universities. So that our intention is to motivate our students to dream bigger.
Yeah, sure. I do
uh,
understand your question, sir. But I always tell you, students interacting with delegates, it's a bit difficult because they won't respond to their mails, sir. That's one point. Because only professors like you people have to respond to them
yeah,
because
yeah,
they will
no,
respond to their
yeah,
mail.
I'll be I'll be contacting them, but only the thing is I should know when they are reaching to the NITK Suratkal.
Okay, sir. Sure.
uh, so,
I will send
so
that information to Mubina ma'am as
yeah,
much as I can. And right
if-
now, sir, it is not possible because right now they don't. It is not possible for them to come. It will be only virtual. Whenever this pandemic gets over, whenever they are coming, I will surely inform you the details with regard to all the
I
international
mean,
delegates.
share the link if it is public, whenever the webinar happens, and
Sure, sir. Sure.
that will motivate even our
Sure, sir.
researchers to go into the nano field.
Sure, sir. Sure. I would love to. And one point I have to make a point is I request all the students to attend the workshops and webinars and conferences because there you will get a chance to meet these delegates and they will remember you from there. And they will have, they will provide you with their cards and you can go and interact them personally. They will provide you a timing to meet them personally. So that's how we interact. We just ask them to meet, sir. We want to have a official meet with you, and we want your time. So that time they allow us to meet. So that's how we do that.
And whenever offline is there, you are welcome to visit our college.
Yeah.
We actually planned offline and then it became online.
No, it's okay.
Having a actually offline is more interactive. I don't know
Yes, sir.
how many of our students are listening actually. Okay, thank you very much
Sure.
for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for question, sir. Ashrita, it was a wonderful session. Again, I want
Sure.
to thank you for your session. Thank you for your informations on the gate. Ashrita, we'll switch on to the next session.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to you. Hello, good morning, Javid. Good afternoon. Sorry, Javid, you're there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Am I audible?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, very good to see you after a long time.
Yes, same here. It's been a great
Yeah.
long time not meeting you all.
Yeah. And it's very happy day today. Like I could meet my my own students, and those are in very good position right now, and who is helping out fellow juniors in uplifting their careers or a future. Okay, Javed, we'll start the session.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Before we start the session, I request Jabbar sir to introduce Mr. Javid, Mohammed Javid. Over to Jabbar sir, Professor Jabbar.
Yes. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Abdul Jabbar from Electronics and Communication Department. It's my pleasure to introduce our next resource person and our own alumni, Mr. Mohammed Javid. Currently, he is working in Infosys Mangalore as a technology analyst. He is high-level expertise in various database tools. He completed his BA in 2015 in Electronics and Communication from Bearys Institute of Technology, and he was the best outgoing student. He received Insta Award 2017, and he also certified with Infosys Global Agile Developer and L100 Fundamentals on Insurance. Now over to Mohammed Javid.
Javid, you can start your session. Javid, I guess you are in mute. You're on mute. Kindly
Yeah,
unmute.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
I had just shared the PPT, like if someone can put it up,
Yeah,
I can
okay.
continue
I
from there.
request a technical team to kindly share the PPT what you have shared with us.
Yeah, so meanwhile, let me just start up.
Yeah,
So thanks everyone, thanks Shameez sir, Jabbar sir,
yeah,
and everyone who is behind this organizing this session. It's a great honor to address the yeah, new people, new students, and everyone together. And
It's pleasure to
Ashritha,
have you.
yeah,
I guess you know
it's
Ashritha
always a
from.
pleasure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And Ashritha, it was a wonderful experience listening from you.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there are like tons of people who got motivated from your talks. So
yeah.
yeah, me myself been in the IT industry for almost 5 years. So some of the things that I might be saying might be some jargons and some boring stuffs, not pretty much interesting like Shrita, but it is another part of the spectrum. Like you have the research happening, you have the startups and the IT industries running parallel. Basically, kind of structures. There is a give and take that happens between. There is some great researches that is happening, and there is someone who is working for that. There is some uh, technical aspects that need to be improved. There are technical people who work for all those things. So one reason that I wanted to speak something about some of the latest trending technologies or some things that might help for people to take it up in the next upcoming times, might be after the completion of engineering, if they are hoping for starting some sort of startup or something. So, or if they are at least trying to get some wonderful job opportunities. So, in today's world, like being part of the industry for almost 5 years, one thing that I have learned most is there is always a scope for learning. So, like the learning never stops, even if I work for a like software company, being part of, and I was an alumni for the electronics and ENC department, but still now I'm working as a software. So there was always a question how what happens. So one thing that I always loved was learning something. So being in the industry, people say that it's a 9 to 5 job or 9 to 6 job. You don't you become like a machine. No, it's not like that. You learn everything. Like unless you are in the jack of everything, you can't survive in today's world. There is always a change. You have a software today, you have a technology that is available today. Tomorrow it might be completely different scenario. So one thing that we need in current scenario is upgrading ourselves to the latest and knowing what is actually available and what is trending technologies in the current scenario. So on this regards, I wanted to like shed some light on something called as on-demand computing. The HOD sir actually just put a brisk sentence when he introduced the whole session. On-demand computing is just like you like you use it for a while when you need it, and then you go ahead and like return it. So why I wanted to speak about this on-demand computing is like there are multiple like there are few set of people who might want to pursue for a like might be startup do a startup or something like that. So one aspect when they go ahead in current scenarios, like what they do with the current scenario is like once you start something called as a startup or something, to address the mass gathering, you might need a wonderful and like very good IT structure behind it. You might need a very good uh, software. If you have a very good software, if you have a very good application, then you might need a wonderful infrastructure behind it to support it and provide for a vast majority of people. So that's the main reason. And some of the recertification that we do on these kind of technologies helps us to like to perceive and get a wonderful job opportunities. It really helps us to get a top-notch companies. Some of the leading companies provide you with the job opportunity. So that's the main reason I wanted to speak about the online on-demand computing. Basically, on-demand computing or cloud computing is what the topic for my session is. So it's basically a technical walkthrough that I wanted to provide. So over to my topic. So mainly about I have actually mainly I wanted to speak about one main section of the on-demand computing that is like Amazon Web Services. So just to take bring it in the context, now we are all facing one of the largest pandemic the mankind has ever faced. So this COVID situation. So one thing that we all kind of understood and realized is how things change, like how industry change, how we face challenges each, be it a small company, be it a large company. You might have never heard about a company called Zoom, might be a year before, but we are like very well. Now Zoom is kind of one of the top-notch companies. Like their market share has increased way above everyone. What is the reason? Like it was a need of the hour. They brought it up to speed, and it became like the world accepted the Zoom. Similarly, if you speak about some of the major companies, like apart from Zoom, I am sure that everyone would have heard about Netflix. Everyone would have played PUBG or some other online gamings. So, what makes these companies, be it Netflix, be it Zoom, be it the PUBG or any other gaming things, what makes these companies the leading providers or leading companies in today's world is they are able to scale it up as per the requirement. Just imagine the Netflix. A year back, no one would have heard about Netflix. Everyone was going to the theater, watching the movies, if it is that case. But today, everyone are using the Netflix. They're watching it in their mobile. They are using the different such functionalities that is available in the current world. So all these are made available and made possible because of something called as on-demand computing or cloud computing. Now, on what is this on-demand computing or cloud computing? This is kind of a business model where we get the resources whenever is needed. Like I need some resources, I get it from someone. When I don't need the resources, I give it back. Now, in just imagine a scenario where let me give an example and explain it. So imagine person A creates some sort of application. So he creates something called as there is something called as Instagram. Let's imagine a person is creating an Instagram. In the normal scenario, how he will be doing it? He will be just creating an application. He will have to create some servers for that. He will have some dedicated servers, dedicated databases, all those things. So server will help him to host those applications. Database will help him to save those data that he is generating due to the,
ಸಾಕು ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್
uh,
ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗಾರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬೇಡ
uh, can everyone go on mute?
ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಹೌದು ಹೌದು
Thanks. Okay, so the earlier scenario was such that if you need to create an application, then you need to buy some servers. So servers are nothing but a large computers or some sort of machineries as part of that infrastructure. So you might have heard in older classes, there is something called as software, there is something called as hardware. So the simple definition that we used to give for hardware is like anything that you can touch and feel that helps in computing world is a hardware. So you say the computer, you say the CPU, all those are hardware things. But now the scenario is completely different. The hardware thing has also been now some sort of software. So that is where this on-demand computing or cloud computing comes into the picture. So I was speaking about the application that you are getting, you are generating, you have created. Now imagine you created some sort of an application called, let's say, take an example of Instagram itself. So you create some sort of application, then you need to host it in some server. So once you host it in some server, you need to get the infrastructure for that. So imagine you create, just take an example, the BIT now creates an application for itself, say an application where all the users can log in and upload their marks, or all the parents can look up their performance of their students or something like that. Now, once you generate that, to host that and to make it available for everyone, you have to put it into some server. So once you put it into some server, you need to for that server you need to buy some computers for like if you have more number of users using that, you need more servers to be purchased. You need more infrastructure to be built. Now, once you build those infrastructure, then what you need to maintain that infrastructure. Now, maintaining might be like you have to give some patches. Patches is nothing but you have to keep updating the software that is present in those servers. All those things is kind of a maintenance that you have to do. You will have to keep maintaining those servers. And apart from that, imagine today you have a need for 3 servers. Tomorrow there are like most many new members using that application. Then tomorrow all of a sudden you might need a bigger amount of servers or something like that. Uh, just for an example, take up and say the New Year sale in the Amazon. So Amazon is hosting a New Year sale. The amount of traffic that gets into the Amazon application on that New Year for that New Year sale might be for a smaller duration, might be for an hour or might be for 24 hours. It might be like 100 times the normal. So normally, like say 10 people are logging into that application. On that particular day, there might be thousands of people logging in. Now, this infrastructure, what I was telling, the servers and everything, are just machines. So that machines can't, the machines won't be able to, what do you say, the high, the too much of the traffic that is coming, it won't be able to bear that. The service might crash, the application might not be working from then on. You might only have had experience, not in the recent time, but the earlier, some of the application like Flipkart or something was just stuck. We could not work. Everyone was very eager to purchase something, but you log in, like the application is not working, nothing is working. So what is the reason for this? It is like too much traffic, and the servers which were available at that time was not able to cope up the traffic. Now, that is when this cloud computing or on-demand computing comes into the pic. That is where this cloud computing helps the industries. Stay on the same. Yeah, thanks. So, just as I told, whenever you need, you buy some like infrastructure. You get take it from some sort of service provider, the cloud computing firms. You get it from them. Then once it is done, you return it. So this overall model has something called as scalability. Scalability is like just like I told the Amazon thing. Now what Amazon does is whenever there is a small period, say for 2 3 days, I am having a sale. At that time, Amazon will scale their infrastructure. It will increase the number of servers that they have to a drastically number. So what happens? It can serve more traffic. Now, why you need to serve more traffic? It is because that is the requirement. You have to be able to serve more people. Then only your company will progress. You need to have more people work using your product, or more people using doing some sort of activity with your application. Or just for an example, in Amazon, you need more people coming and purchasing. So for that particular duration, you can scale up your application. You can do a drastically high number of servers. You can do a drastically high number of databases and everything for that particular duration. Then what is the best benefit of that? Not just scaling. For scaling, some of the technical terms I will explain, like a few simple characters and all those things I will explain in the upcoming slides. But overall, you can scale it up to a drastically high. Have paper use. Paper use is you use it for 4 hours and you pay as per that. And then the best other thing is self-service. You don't have to worry about the maintenance of those servers or something. So let me just step back and say what actually happens in the cloud computing. Now, as I told, VIT has created an application and VIT needs to host it in some servers. Now, what VIT can do, what that person or the a person A who created the application can do is, he can go request some cloud computing provider and ask them for, say, what is his requirement. For example, there can be different types of categories that you need. You might need some software only. Imagine you need a very big Photoshop software. You don't have the software, well, it is highly licensed software. But this cloud computing platform will provide you that software for a small duration by you paying that. So you might have to pay for this much amount. There are pricing and everything available in that. So you can just purchase that software for a few time. You can use it. Then once you are done with using that, you can give it back to that cloud company itself, cloud computing vendor itself. So what you are doing is, what work you wanted, you have performed. You are not spending too much of the amount. You don't have to worry about maintenance of that software. It is done. You used only the maximum utilization. Then you also can imagine you need a different set of platform means if anyone have gone into developing the Android application or Windows application, you might know that you need different set of softwares that you need. You need a basic application structure, infrastructure you need. So at that time, even you will get platform, the whole platform might be the front-end platform or back-end platform, whatever is needed, also from these cloud computing firms. Then the best thing about the best and the latest trending field is IaaS. So infrastructure as a service. You get the whole infrastructure from the cloud computing platforms, cloud computing vendors. For example, just imagine you need a new computer. You have a computer, you need a new computer with a better technical specifications. Might be a very high GB. Yeah, you are not interested to buy a new one. You don't want to buy a new one, but there is a requirement for you to get a new enhanced and improved computer. What you can do is you can just carry on, go to these cloud computing vendors. You can get a IaaS, you can get a computer and access it through the internet. You are just using these things through the internet. It is available in the cloud. So when you just pay about cloud computing, a simple notion that comes is, it is available in the cloud. You can access it from anywhere. You can it is readily available. You don't need to have a big infrastructure. Even say 1 terabytes of memory or something, if you need, it is available just in a cloud. You just need to have get a required access for that. So once it is available, once you have received the access levels for that, you can just access that. So this is like overall about the like how the on-demand computing or cloud computing works. There are some key characteristics that is available with the on-demand computing. So and why we need that? Like one main aspect of on-demand computing is it is very much needed in current scenarios, especially for the people who are doing a startup or something. So I'm sure there might be some people who have an idea, who have a plan to uh, do a startup or something. Can someone go to the next slide? Yeah, thanks. And you might have seen the ad where I guess it's Big Rock or something. So where that Dhoni comes and says like, you just don't need a website. You need everything. We need to have a web name. Name is not enough. You need a very good website and everything for the today's business and everything. So that's true because today everything happens online. No matter what kind of industry or what kind of company it is, you need to have a digital presence. You need to have an online presence. Only then your market or you will be able to capture the market. You will be able to address the requirements. So why cloud computing is helpful in that digital transformation is like the main reason is it is flexible. The cloud computing. Uh, Let me speak in terms of one cloud computing platform. That was the main reason, like that was the main key point that I wanted to take up this session. Like I wanted to speak about. You might have heard about Amazon, but the Amazon company makes its most amount through not just the Amazon online portal, the Amazon marketplace. Amazon company makes its highest income through something called as Amazon Web Services or AWS. So many of us, even me, when I was new to these topics, I was not aware that the Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos is one of the richest person in this current. He's one of the richest person. So he owns the Amazon, the overall thing, and apart from the Amazon marketplace, the highest income producing generating section of him is for him is Amazon Web Services. Now, Amazon Web Service is like the leading and the pioneer in this cloud computing. So, like everyone can just go to this aws.amazon.com. This is the site for that. You can just browse through that. You can see like details about Amazon Web Services. I'll provide you like some of the simple like overview about the Amazon Web Services. But it is available. It is available in the sense it is freely available also for people who want to just check it. You can just go to that site and just check like how the pricing is available, how flexible it is. Everything you can you can check that. So what makes this Amazon Web Service or AWS and all other cloud computing platform uh, very trendy is it is flexible. You need something, it provides you. It is like required and on the go it provides. Just with the call, just with the request or just with the web service call, you say like I need so and so might be a memory, so and so speed CPU. You just put a request and they provide it there. And once you are done with it, you give it back. So they are flexible. You need it, they provide it. Once you are done, it takes it back. So you don't have to worry about that. Then, and it is cost effective. Now, for the people who have the plan for startup and all, and if you are planning for doing an online setup and everything, setting up the IT structure, IT infrastructure is not cheap. It is very costly. You need to some of the servers can go from 10 lakhs and up, some of the good servers. So if you are going for online presence and you need infrastructure, it is very costly. So in the starting, say it is a startup and you don't have the enough capital for that, you won't be bothering to set up that. You won't be you'll be more interested in hiring good resources, hiring good technical people and everything. You also need very good online presence also. Only then your company will prosper. But you do not have enough capital for that. So what happens is this cloud computing helps you on that. It is very cost effective. Like you don't have to worry about many of the aspects of the IT infrastructure. So being part of the IT industry, I know like how crucial it is to keep the servers and to keep the infrastructure tip and so you have to keep it like without any problem. You have to keep applying the patches, keep upgrading your applications. There is like too much of the attacks, security vulnerabilities that is available in the servers. You have to prevent that. You have to be in your peak and keep checking if the system is crashing. You have to have a backup of everything. So all these things are very costly. Might be an MNC might be able to like that amount, but not in new companies. Not in new companies. Even the MNCs at the current scenario are using cloud computing because it is easier. It is very good for them. So the next main concept why cloud computing is a trending topic and why it is to be understood is because it is cost effective. You pay only for the resources used. You need something, you pay for that, and once it is done, and even for location also, not just for the resources. You can take the resource, might be for 1 hour, might be for 2 hours. That's all. Once you are done, you can give it back. So what happens with these purchasing the infrastructure is like once you get it, once you even if it is for in earlier scenarios, even if it is for like 2 hours or something, if you need it at any cost, then you purchase the whole, and then might be after that you might not have the uh, use the whole servers and everything. So that scenario is like very much gone in current world. You would pay only for the resources that you use, and that is because the cloud computing has such a vast uh, features available in it, such a vast pricing available with it. I will give a small idea about that in upcoming slide, and like you will be able to understand how different it is from the current structure, current like the older scenarios and the cloud computing scenario. Then the other aspect why cloud computing helpful is it is because security. So as I was telling, I don't know if you have heard in IT industry, there is one incident that happened sometimes back, might be an year or so. A person accidentally deleted the entire company, like accidentally deleted the entire company in the sense he completely deleted this application, his database, all the details that was available under it. Like he lost the whole company in a click of a button. So why it happened? The application and everything was stored in one particular server, and he ran a command to delete it from that server. There was no backup, there was no disaster recovery, there was no copying of them, and even if it is a imagine you keep your infrastructure in one building, and the natural calamity happen, and the say the servers everything get into a fire or something, and what happens? Like you don't have the enough capital to store it in multiple places. Some natural disaster occurs, and you just lose it. Everything might be in a blink of an eye. You might lose the whole company. So that has happened. That has been happening, and it has happened like several for several people, several companies. So this part part of the security constraints are like very much solved with the cloud computing, because cloud computing, it's in the cloud. You have it available in multiple locations. You save it in one. You can create a multiple backups of of the data in multiple different locations. Just I was saying about the AWS, right? AWS has its presence like over the whole world. There is like almost around 20 major locations, including one in India, for the AWS. And that's why, like, even if there is a natural calamity in one location, so even the cloud computing actually has a physical infrastructure. Okay, like it's not just in a cloud. There is a physical infrastructure, but it is over a multiple locations. So even if there is a natural disaster in one particular location, or you lose the data in one particular location, it is available in multiple other locations. So security in today's world is very much important. Like you take some data from some person and then you lose it, they might raise some court cases. Like those things and all are happening when you set up something like industrial in the industrial world. You can't just say like by mistake it happened. You have to be responsible. You have to be doing the required thing for the security and everything. So cloud computing helps you on that. And then other thing is like rapid prototyping. So rapid prototyping, one best thing about the startup is like its huge potency to improve itself. So today you have something, tomorrow you might bring up a new aspect for that. You might innovate something, and you might need to do a entire rewriting of your company. You might do like a a new aspect of that. Just for an example, you have a small user base, and tomorrow you are going to give your applications for a different set of users. At that time, you might need to innovate and test and do that continuously. So for that, you can't just for testing, you can't just buy a new server. When you test it, it might fail also. So you can't just go and purchase some servers or infrastructure and you can do the prototyping. So what you can do is you can make use of this uh, cloud computing. You can make use of that, and you can do your innovation, testing, and everything. And then say it was successful. Then you can use your resources. You can buy the resources if you need, or you can still use the cloud computing. So this rapid prototyping, when it comes to the startups and everything, is very much crucial. You have to improve yourself. You have to do some innovation, and when it comes for innovation, you need to do some testing. And for testing, you can't just purchase some infrastructure. So the cloud computing helps you there also. Then the collaboration thing. So collaboration thing, just for an example, imagine now we are in a virtual meeting. So the scene where everyone sit together, present some is gone. Now I'm accessing some sort of Google Meet. Is like the Google Meet is possible just because of the this cloud platform. So it has a wonderful collaboration. You are able to access anything from any time. The PPT that I sent to the person who sent, I was accessing through the Microsoft Office. I was doing the edit in my mobile. I shared it to the person I just opened it in my system, and then I sent it to the person through email. So there is a collaboration and everything happening in the cloud. It was not like that before. Just an example, we used to, if you are working in, say, a PPT earlier, and you have to send it to some other device, say from the laptop to your desktop, then what you are using a pen drive or something. But the scenario is not like that. If I have logged into the say just an example, Microsoft Office in my laptop, then I can just go and open it in the desktop. And if I log into the Microsoft Office from the desktop, the whatever work I was doing is available in the other part. So there is a collaboration all over. So, and this is possible because of the cloud computing only. So these are some aspects where the cloud computing helps us in the digital transformation. So I was telling like every industry uses it, right? So let's just look into the major industries. So you might not have heard, or you might not have like be aware that okay, this is what is cloud computing, but you might be well aware of some of the major companies which uses the cloud computing. Like once you say that you will know the vast uh, application of that. If you can move to the next slide, I can give some examples. I can show some of the major applications that currently uses the cloud computing. Over to the next slide, please. Uh, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, yeah, thanks. So just to give a perspective,
So this
I'll
copy did
put
not
up
ask me.
some of the
When I
examples that
got the face,
some of the industry, some of the
when I got the face
top
setting slide.
companies or top example that we currently uses the cloud computing. As I told, Netflix. So why Netflix? There was an outage in Netflix. I don't know if you are aware. Say somewhere around 3 years back, there was an outage where they lost almost all of its uh, data. Like it was because the Netflix was blooming at that time. Multiple peoples were using, and the traffic was too much that the server crashed, and they lost like many of that. But they had a backup; they could recover from the backups. But this scaling thing, right? No one expected this pandemic, right? And no one expected that Netflix will be in such a hype. So it happened, and one day or so, there are like too much of people using it, and Netflix is a wonderful example of scalable usage. There are like too many people. If you check the calculation, check uh, the accounts. I mean, if you check the details, Netflix is one of the toppest companies that pays the AWS. There are some tons of millions that the Netflix pay to the AWS. I've provided the details, and we'll check that. Netflix is a wonderful example where the scalable usage of cloud computing is used. Now the chatbots, Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. I don't know how many people are using the Siri and Alexa or Google Assistant, but these chatbots is possible only because of the cloud computing. Uh, I can like we can definitely say it is only because of the cloud computing, because the you might have wondered how it works, the Siri, like or okay Google, you just say it comes up, it provides it understands you in first thing. It's not easy to grasp your words or something, but it understands you. How it is possible? It is because the cloud computing is such a vast thing. Whatever everyone speaks is stored there. Like it is huge. It is way huge that we can even imagine, but everything stays there. There are like very natural language intelligent bots available. They interpret what you are saying in a matter of seconds, and they respond to you. So these chatbots are all possible, are a wonderful examples of the cloud computing. Then Skype and WhatsApp. I mean, there is no one who might not have used these. So how is this communication possible? Now you send a WhatsApp mail, WhatsApp message, and it goes to the other person. But in between, it gets stored somewhere. You delete it, like even if you delete it from your mobile, it is there in the other person's mobile, right? Because it is saving in some server or some places. How is this saving, and like when there are a huge number of data inflow, how does this get stored? This Skype and WhatsApp are also using this cloud infrastructure. They are using the you might know the earlier some of the applications. It has gone now like extinct. There are no person using. Like yesterday or day for yesterday, there was this viral of this Nimbus. You might have heard this Nimbus app earlier, that was using the earlier infrastructure. They could not scale it up to the requirement, and then they just went extinct. That is not the case with the WhatsApp and Skype. There are like hundreds of thousands of people might just be in our locality using it up, are installing it daily. The counts are increasing daily, but still they are able to cope up to the requirement. So this is one another example currently using the communication fields of the using Skype and WhatsApp are an example of cloud computing. Then I just said about Microsoft Office 365. Earlier, we are using the pen drive or something to transfer the data, but now you just log into the Microsoft Office. You do your requirement, you do your update and everything. It is reflecting in all your tabs. And similar with the Google Docs, you will just save it in your mobile and you log in from your laptop and it is available there. Then in the business sector, there is this Salesforce, HubSpot, and Marketer. So Salesforce, all these things are some of the major business tools. Okay, so in enterprise level software field, you need to have a very good interaction with the customer. So you should be able to take up whatever they are providing. So Salesforce is a vast different topic altogether. Just to put it in a simple way, if you are able to get the feedback, get the update from the customer in real time and take it up to the industry people, then that is a very good model, a very good customer relationship model. So for that purpose and everything, Salesforce, HubSpot. So business process, it is altogether a different thing. It is a detailed thing, but just an example. I don't know how many I've heard about Salesforce. Salesforce is a very important aspect of the business process. It is kind of it is a cloud enabled business process. So Salesforce is currently using business process. So I'm like Salesforce certified. So I've been working almost from 3 years on Salesforce thing. So it is little tricky to explain, but just understand that it is a part of a business process, and Salesforce is a cloud computing enabled thing. And I was you might have be aware of Google Drive, Dropbox, and everything. So this backup and recovery, all these things is performed very fast. Like even in a blink of an eye, you are able to upload the very huge thing to the Google Drive and Dropbox now. All this is possible because of the cloud computing. Then Amazon Lumberyard is actually a gaming application that helps you. It is available through the AWS application. Then test and development. I was telling rapid prototyping is an aspect in the industry. So you have to keep testing and developing. Like you have to keep trying. You have to write some software. You have to test it whether it is working. So you can't just have testing and all might take too much of time. You have to write many use cases. You have to try out many multiple scenarios, test it. So all those things you might not be able to do it by yourself. So these testing and developing tools that are like Lordstorm and Lesmeter, they help you in doing those things in a quicker and very faster thing. So these are kind of an examples of that is available because of the cloud computing and big data analytics. Now, some of the keywords that I was saying, like Salesforce is a trending topic. You can get certified in Salesforce. You can get certified in big data analytics. So big data analytics, one of the major thing is Hadoop. Microsoft Hadoop is the key in the big data analytics. Now, big data analytics, big data analytics is by the word itself, it is like there are too much data. Just imagine you upload too many. How this Siri and all works is because of the big data analytics. It's only so you have too much of data. You have to identify. You have to identify a pattern and everything because from those huge data. Um, just an example, you look for something in Flipkart. You browse some application. Might be you browse for a shoe in Flipkart, and then you log into your Facebook and you get a type of shoe popping up there. So all this is happening not by some individual. It is happening This is because of the big data analytics. They track how you, what is the pattern of you, what you are doing, what is your preferences. There is a profile that is getting created because of the data that you are providing to the cloud. You travel to a, you frequently travel to a location. That data is stored in cloud, and there is a big data, like the data inflow in current world is too huge. Not a single infrastructure is able to scale to that level. But with the help of the cloud computing, you are able to capture all this data, do analytics, and get some inference for that. So that's how these like the Flipkart, Amazon, and all survive. They survive with the help of the pattern that they identify from the individuals. They, but for this you need very high processing power. You need very sophisticated tools. You need like very much of amount of data mining. Once you are able to do that, once you do that, then you will be able to do it, like use it. So when it comes to a small companies and all, you can't do just that. You can't just do a data mining of like might be a petabyte or something. You might not be able to do a processing at such a sophisticated speed. So for that purpose and everything, you have the cloud computing, you have the applications like Hadoop and everything. So you can look it up. Some of the diagrams, I will share this PPT and the document that I prepared to the resource person. You can look it up. So you can, all these words are some of the diagrams. All these words you can get certified. You can learn more about it. This is just an overview that I'm giving. And so yeah, Hadoop, you can do a training on Hadoop. You can, big data analytics is like one of the major buzzword that is available today. So it is possible because of the cloud. And then, of course, Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace, Twitter, everything, the social networking. The social networking is possible because of cloud computing, no doubt. So because you are sending in, receiving too much of personal info, too much of data. So everything needs to be stored and saved in somewhere. Imagine the panic that happens when you are able to see the personal photo of someone else. So you need security for that. Even when within the social networking, you need a security. How you can provide that security? You need the like maintenance and everything for that. So all these things are provided by the cloud computing. So AWS, I was speaking about AWS, Amazon Web Services, right? So Amazon Web Services has its own engineers who maintain and like look after these applications, look after all these things. So like these are like some of the examples of that. Now, yeah. Reasons why startups should consider cloud computing. So this was the main reason I wanted to the next slide, please. Yeah, this is I will just quickly brush it up. I have already spoke about these topics in the earlier. So one main thing is ease of use. You don't have to be very technically adept about when you are using the cloud computing. With just a drag and drop also you can use these applications. You use the cloud computing, then you have minimal investment, then the scalability is too much, and you have multiple choice. Like according to your requirement, it is available, and you have the undivided attention. So I was telling you might not have capital for the IT infrastructure, but you need IT infrastructure because unless you have an IT, online presence or something, you won't be able to grab the more market. So if you need an IT infrastructure, it is costly. But with the help of cloud computing, the cost is very less. You will have to give only very minimal investment, and you can scale it up as per your requirement. So you can divert your attention to the most required things. You can focus on the core thing. Like you might be like developing something, some app. You might be able to concentrate only that development. You might be able to concentrate only for that updating and everything. You don't have to worry about generating the capital for your IT infrastructure. So this is like I might have explained. I have explained some of the things in the earlier slide, only. But this is like major reasons why we should be considering. Like if you have a plan for startup, why cloud computing is something that you have to be aware of and you have to work. This is the reason. So I was telling like the choice and some of the major application that currently provide cloud computing. Can you just move to the next slide? Yeah, some of the main companies that currently provide cloud computing is AWS, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. GCP is the Google Cloud platform. So Amazon is like Amazon Web Services started up say somewhere around the 2004 when the cloud computing was a fresh. There was no one who was willing to take up that. So in the earlier, there was like very less people's using that. So you were able to set up the IT infrastructure. But then there was a huge increase in people using the doing the digital applications and having an online presence. At that time itself, way earlier before that, Amazon Web Services came into the pic. They had their platform and everything and ready way before everyone else. Because of that, they had like a very almost 70% of the world cloud computing was owned by AWS for a long period. Rest of the whole applications, including the Google and Microsoft, they had the remaining 30% for a great deal of time. But recently, Microsoft Azure is also picking up, and GCP is also picking up. But this is like imagine you are going for a cloud computing, how you can identify like what you need. So it is totally upon your requirement whether you should use AWS or Azure or GCP. So if you need very good computational powers, all these platforms provide different set of application for that. Say EC2, Amazon EC2, or Google Compute Engine, or Azure has a virtual machines. So there are like each has its own uniqueness and problems. So computation power with the AWS is very good. It is very easy to use. But Microsoft Azure, we can just get some Windows application easily. Microsoft Azure is very good for creating and uploading and working with the Windows client applications. It has its own remote type service and all for that. So if you are according to your requirement, according to the computation power that you need, you can choose these AWS, Azure, and GCP. Rather than going in depth for that, I will just give a brisk walk through that. Then there is the storage. So storage also, depending upon your requirement. Say you have too much of requirement. Like since Amazon was something that started earlier, and many people was using that at that time. Amazon has the AWS has a little bit higher on the pricing rate, but then like I will request everyone who are interested, who have you want to look into this, check the site for Amazon Web Services, aws.amazon.com, and go there and have a look at the pricing and everything. You will know like how easy it is for setting up an IT infrastructure these days. So storage, in terms of storage, like whatever you need, there is Amazon S3 that is like easily available and very quicker. Then you have the data lake storage for the Azure and everything. So there are like a few many options that is available for storage purpose. Then there is this analytics. So this is kind of a comparison that I wanted to give. But I will quickly walk through the topics. The analytics part is like from the Amazon, better than Amazon, we have now the Microsoft Azure applications. So Microsoft Azure application, it is because we have all the platforms are readily available, the Microsoft PowerPoint, Word, and everything. So analytics from that is very easy when you incorporate the Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft Azure is anyway like once it is within the infrastructure, within the applications, it is very easy to do the incorporation. So transformation and all those things, it is very easy. for changing your from your local machine to the cloud. When it comes to that things like Microsoft Azure can easily understand a Microsoft Word document because it is written in a somewhat similar language, and it is easy when it comes for that analytics that purpose. So if you have when you are choosing the applications cloud computing platforms accordingly, you can choose like if you have too many of data that is available in Word or Excel. If you have analytics that is needed from those applications, then you can easily use the Microsoft Azure, and it is like easy to incorporate also. And one other thing is the location. I was speaking about the natural disasters, right? Apart from the disasters thing, when you generate an application that can be used by the like the whole world, then you have to consider the latency also. You don't want to slow down the application, right? You need it in the very fast. You need everyone to be able to use the application very fast. So you have to know about the location also. Amazon has its applications throughout the world. It is it has some one in the India and somewhere around 8 in the US. So it has like vast majority of data centers available for it in different locations. So we have to if you are concentrating on if your customers are from the US, then it is easy for you to select an AWS, because once you select AWS, your application will be faster because it is easily it is in the nearest position. If you are using it in the India, also AWS and Azure is the best option. GCP does not have that much presence in the Europe or Asia. Mm, Accordingly, like if you are opting for some related applications, you can like a related nearby location. It is good for the latency. Then there are like different other products and services that they provide. You have to look into when you are going for the cloud computing, like the networking thing, the database thing, all those things you will have to like accordingly you have to see. And then apart from the AWS, Azure, and GCP, there are still even the IBM. They have this cloud computing now. They have they are building, they are picking up the competition now. But AWS, Azure, and GCP is the top providers. But IBM is picking up. There are something called as DigitalOcean, Rackspace, Cloud, Linode, Volta. Like these are some of the other service providers that have, depending upon your requirement. Some of the applications, some of the platform is now solely concentrating on some of the companies. So there are other services.
ಅದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಶೇರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್
Okay, as I'm going.
live streaming. Jabbar sir phone number ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್.
Javed, you're there. Javed. Javed.
Shall I
Yeah, you're audible. Okay, Javed.
John?
Javed, this is not good. Javed, we can't hear you. Just turn on your
Javid sir. Javid, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now?
Javed,
Javid, you are muted.
Can you hear me now? Uh,
yeah, yeah,
Sorry, can you hear me now?
yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, Let me just quickly go over the AWS and wrap up the session. So, yeah, can you just take the slide 8? Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I've been getting some network issues.
You are perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Uh, like people in the undergrads, people in the meeting, like you can look up these Amazon Web Services. If you are interested in like getting into the marketing, getting into the market with a very good certification. In the current scenarios, just the BE is not enough. Like if you have something, some sort of certification, it's always preferred. So AWS certification is like one of the trending and very looked forward certification. So you can look it up in the online and take up some courses. It's pretty much easy. You just have to have that passion of understanding the software field if you are interested, and you can easily take up the some of the certification that is available. Almost 12 basic level certification is available currently for the AWS. So you can take it up, you can do the certification, and it is highly sought out for. Once you have this AWS certification, it is like in the current in market, it is highly valued. So there are various applications that is available in AWS. Under AWS, you can look it up in the AWS site. I say please look it up. It's because it is self-explanatory. These all these AWS is in such a simple layman term. You can easily go. You can find out what is and what is about the application, and you can do the required certification based upon your preferences. So there are like the one of the top I wanted to give a detail on AWS, but I will stick to what's available, what's showing up in the slide. I would like strongly urge everyone to go to the site and of the AWS and look it up for more details. Just to give an idea, about Netflix. I don't know how many people use Twitch. So Netflix, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, BBC, all these are like major uh, users of these AWS applications. So almost 19 millions is being currently spent by Netflix just for their the payment for the usage of storage in AWS. So AWS is very vast, and just by having the AWS certification, it's almost guaranteed to not just a basic level, might be an intermediate level of certification is enough for you to get an placement in some of the very good companies. So do look into that. Then there are like several services that the AWS provide. And the go I was speaking about EC2. EC2 is like simple, like a small compute capacity that is available under AWS. So it's just like a small computer that is available. You just request for that, you get an AWS EC2, and it's just like you have a secondary laptop or secondary laptop in your cloud. Then you have this AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is mainly for the computation power. Might be I know a friend of me. He was an PA alumni. He currently owns a app called First. So they have it too much of requirement for computation. They need to do some of the uh, computation in very quicker speed, just because just when a person logs in they want to get the all details about the person, say his preference and all those things. It takes too much of computation. Now this AWS Lambda can be used on this purpose. It will use like it will do the computation in like just a blink. No matter how big code you give, no matter how big the computation is required, it will just do in a blink of second. You use it for a, say if you are using it for 1 second, and if your computation is completed in 1 second, you just have to pay for that 1 second. So that's how versatile this cloud computing is, this AWS overall is. So you can look it up, the AWS Lambda. Then about the storage and content delivery, everything in the Netflix is stored in something called as S3. S3 is like simple storage device. So everything is stored in AWS in terms of S3. So if you are generating a simple application and you want to save your image, video, everything in the cloud, then you can make use of this S3. So if you are creating a chatbot, or if you are creating a messenger app or some messaging app, and you want to store all these things in some data in binary data or any sort of data in some storage unit, then you can make use of S3 AWS. It's just, you just write a code, the your file will get and save it in the, just like how you use the Google Docs or uh, Google Drive to save your image. You can use it in your application. The S3 AWS is so easy. Just you write a code, you have to push it to that. Writing code is also not complicated. So actually all this is kind of a drag and drop. You have the options available to do some drag and drops and select the preferred way to store it. Then S3 AWS is one wonderful application where the, like the, it's kind of, the world is now storing its data in S3 AWS. So you can look into the S3 AWS if you want to store some data. Then you have CloudFront, AWS, Amazon EBS, like Elastic Block Storage. There are too many options available in Amazon Web Service, because it was like one of the starting applications. As per the requirement, they kind of added those things. Then if you speak about databases, so if you work in developing an application, if you have been into that, you need a database, and the database should be very fast, and you should be able to do the read and write everything in a very quicker way. So Amazon RDS is one of the best, the sought after database that is currently available. There are some non-relational relational database that the Amazon provides. Then we have the VPC AWS. VPC AWS is like virtual private network that the Amazon currently provides. Like 2-3 days back, there was a outage for AWS, impacting very few customers in the uh, uh, US country. So at that time, they used this networking to quickly shift into some other VPN, and they kind of restored that. So this VPC, AWS, all those things are like some of the tried and perfected applications. So um, imagine you use this application, and then you can be sure that this application is currently used by the some of the world's best companies like Netflix. So if you are using AWS, you are using the same application that is used by Netflix. So it is that much trustworthy. Then about the management tools, when you have like management tools in the sense, just like how I told, there was an outage and quickly they were able to restore it using some other VPN. All those things are actually done by the management tools, something like Amazon CloudWatch and everything. So there are like
too much of application that is available, and security and identity. So just how I was saying, I should not be able to access someone else personal data. Like imagine how it will be if I access someone else photo is in Facebook, but it does not allow that, right? So how this works? So AWS has something called as IAM, Identity Access Management. So this identity access management is like top-notch security application. It helps the users to do some like identity in the simple terms might be a two-step authentication, like you get an OTP and do the testing, or might be an IP restriction. Only certain set of IP users can be able to, or just the password and a key, like user, all those things. So it has a very good security that is provided. Then apart from that, there are like different application services that Amazon offers. So just go to the Amazon AWS Amazon.com, like have a walkthrough of this, um, see how easy it is. Might be like it won't take much time for you to get a certification, and this certification is very much sought after. So like I will really appreciate if someone takes up that and does that. So yeah, that's what I have had about Amazon Web Services. This is kind of what I wanted to explain about the cloud on-demand computing and cloud computing. So yeah, if anyone has any Q&A, I will take it up. Um, Thanks for taking.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. That was a quite good session, Javed. Thank you so much, and
Thanks, man.
yeah, thank you for sharing your informations on
Yeah,
cloud
so,
computing. And if any participants has a question and questions on this, please post it, or you can orally you can question.
just I got a hand raised
Maybe
from.
they are going to post the questions personally to you, Javed, later on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, since yeah, we have went with the two talk by the two resource people. Uh, we are in the conclusion of this program, this webinar. So I request Professor Mubeena Perveen Taj to convey the vote of thanks.
Hello. Good afternoon to one and all. Being program coordinator of today's webinar, I deem it a great honor to privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of EC department on this memorable occasion. Today we have two eminent personalities with us as a resource person, our own alumni, sparing time despite of their busy schedule. I take this golden opportunity to thank Ms. Ashritha Salian, Research Scholar, Department of Metallurgical and Material Engineering, NITK Suratkal, for addressing our listeners regarding GATE and tour into research community. Thank you, Ms. Ashrita.
You're welcome.
I also I also extend my gratitude to Mr. Mohammed Javid, Technology Analyst, Infosys Limited, for reaching us, our listeners, with the importance of on-demand computing and necessary skills and problem solving. Thank you, Mohammed Javid.
Thank you, ma'am.
We extend our sincere thanks to our chairman, Mr. Syed Muhammad Bari, and management committee for all kind of encouragement and support. I would like to unfurl my obligation to the captain of our VIT ship who is leading us, a very supportive person, our respected principal, Dr. Manjur Basha. Thank you, sir. We are grateful to our HOD, Dr. Abdullah Gubbi, for being our backbone in our endeavor and continuously motivating and inspiring us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
I also thank my fellow colleagues. Without their effort, program wouldn't be complete. Thank you, Professor Nithin, Professor Jabbar, and Professor Rashmi for your unlimited support. My heartfelt thanks to the heads of various departments and faculty for their encouragement and suggestions. I owe special gratitude to the non-teaching staff and our technical team who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion become a memorable success. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Muhammad Naushad from BIT Polytechnic for timely coordination. Thank you, Mr. Aftab, and thank you, Mr. Imran Muhammad Ali from CS department, and also Mr. Sagar. My special thanks goes to today's Master of Ceremony, Professor Abubakkar Shameez, for sequencing the events with the timely flow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, ma'am.
The success of every event rests on love and support of participants. We are lucky to get your unconditional love and support by accepting our invitation and joining us with great interest. We look forward to the same in future also. Let us learn to grow by learning, never stop learning, and when we stop learning, we stop growing. So growth leads to never ending happiness. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Mobeena ma'am. Thank you for taking up this. Working as a coordinator from day one. Thank you so much. You have done a great job. Yeah, by this we have come into conclusion of this webinar, and I thank each and everyone who have been, participants and who have contributed in organizing this webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all. And I also kindly note, participants, kindly note, we have posted the feedback form in the chat box. Feedback form link. Sorry. So just kindly submit those so that you can avail the e-certificate. Yeah, and special thanks to Mr. Javid and Ashritha Salian on behalf of me. Thank you so much, and it's good to see you. Please be in touch.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sir.
keep visiting us, and it was good to see you after a long time, and good to talk to you a long time after a long time. Okay, you've been a great inspiration to our students.
Same here, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So thanks.
yeah. Then we'll wind up the session.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Bye.
thanks.
Bye.
Students.